Again you are going back to the physical body and the mind. Where the knowingness is concerned, there is no time and there is no space. In the deep sleep state, there is no time and there is no space. Yeah, that's why when I ask you, how long were you in the deep sleep state after your dreaming state? You will say, I don't know. No idea. Why do you have no idea? What is time really according to you? Time is nothing but thought. Next thought, then next thought, the next thought. The continuity between thoughts gives you the illusion of time in the waking and dreaming state. It's more so in the waking and a little fuzzy in the dream state. Yeah, but you still have the fuzzy kind of image of time in your dreaming state as well. And what is space? Space is the distance between two perceptions. There is perception of the lamp and the table. Between two perceptions, the distance is what I call space. Come back to the core teaching. I have no idea whether objects exist or not. All I know is my perception of them, the corresponding sensation, the thought that is created, and the feeling that is evoked. That's all. That is my true experience. Everything out of that is fudged information. It is put together because 7 billion people on this planet say, okay, this is a table. Okay, this is a table. It's conditioning. Yeah. So, now that I recognize that I have to wipe out the conditioning and just look at pure experience to understand Advaita, then it is very clear in deep sleep state, there is no time and no space because of absence of thought and perception. Because thought creates time, or the objectification of thought is time and the objectification of perception is space. And this starts happening in a fuzzy way in the dream state, and in the waking state this becomes as if it is real. Yeah, but it seems real because I give importance to the waking state so much. And I think that the waking state is the bigger state in which there is a smaller dream state in which there is a very tiny deep sleep state. Some people feel there is nothing like a deep sleep state because they don't experience it. Yeah, but this logic is flawed. It's completely flawed because it's based on an assumption that matter exists. You're saying the waking state. What is waking state for you? Nothing else but matter and mind. And you feel that matter exists. And that we have already derived that it is only an assumption. It is my conditioning. So reverse this understanding. Yes, this is there in the Yoga Vashishta also. That right in the beginning, what was there? Nothingness. This nothingness, that so-called nothingness, is only relative to your somethingness in waking state. It's not it's not nothingness, and it's not somethingness also. Yeah, it's just alive. It is conscious. It is consciousness, and in that consciousness, that is the closest experience of my deep sleep state. In that consciousness, the first I thought arises, the mind arises, the mind is born. Yeah, that is my dream state beginning. And then I get lost in the dream state. What is dream state? Just images, images, images. Yeah, these images seem real when I'm dreaming. When I am the dreamer and I am on the streets of London and a car comes and hits into me, I really get injured in the dream. Correct? Yeah. So it seems very real to me when I'm in the dream state. Now, inside this dream state, the waking state happens. It's the smallest state. Yeah. in the smallest state, in this waking state also, if I am on the street and a car comes and hits me, I really get injured. What is the difference between your waking state and your dreaming state? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Yes? The pure consciousness is present in deep sleep, in dreaming, and in waking. There is no difference. This pure consciousness was pure knowingness in deep sleep, and it was the knower of absence of objects. In the dreaming state, it is the knower of the dream. And in the waking state, it is the knower of people, situations, things, events. The consciousness is the bigger state. Yeah. So now recognize, when you start recognizing this reality, this is the reality of my experience. There is an object is not a reality. That is my assumption. That is my conditioning. I don't have proof of that. This is my pure experience. So now that I know that my pure consciousness is the bigger state. So I am consciousness. I am that knowingness. I am the knower. And I just assume that I am that ego that says I. And then I like this and I dislike that. And then I create drama and I project the same thing into the world. Again and again withdraw and recognize I am that knowingness. I am the pure knowingness. Yes. No, you're not running away. You're seeing the truth that it is petty.
Yeah.
Automatically you see that, oh, this ego saying, oh no, this is mine, this is my seva project, this is my assignment, how dare you come onto this? All this is so petty. It falls off. Or this is my job and how dare you try to compete with me, I am better than you. All this seems silly, petty. Even the squabbles with your spouse, with your family members start seeming petty. Your craving for money seems so petty because now you're the knower of the one craving for money. It becomes very clear, very clear. Yeah. The clarity dawns slowly, okay? The flower opens petal by petal by petal by petal. It's not going to open together because of your own habit patterns. And however strong your habit patterns are of the past, they will determine which petal will open first, which will open next, which will open next, which will open next. Good. When you're home, you're home.
Yeah, I'm at home.
That's it. When you're at home, be at home. Don't try to seek. Again, looking out through the window is seeking.
No, there's nothing for me to do now, I feel, except for the duties which I have to do as a human being. Otherwise, there's nothing for me to seek, nothing for me to do. Everything is done, I feel. Whatever is coming on in the flow, whatever is happening, and just going with the flow.
Who is the one who has to do the duties as a human being? Do you know?
The body.
So are you knowing that?
Yeah, the body, whatever the duties has to be performed by the body. So that is being done.
Good. Constantly be in the knowingness that I don't do it. It happens through the body and mind. I am just the knower of the actions. I am the knower of these duties that I have as a family person, and they are happening through the body and mind. I am the knower. So then when there is some disturbance in the family or in your duties, I am the knower of the disturbance. I am not disturbed. And similarly, if everything is fantastic, peaceful, great, I am the knower of the peace. I am not peaceful. No I is there. Huh?
Okay.
Constantly just be the knower.
Okay. Sure. It's happening like that so far. I just hope it continues.
Good job.
Good job. Deep blessings. Thank you, Didi. Thank you for everything. Thank you so much.
Buddha's path and Advaita path are not different paths. Okay? The Vedic paths are different. Yeah? The other religious paths are different. But Buddha's path is step by step the slower version of the Advaitic path. Okay? On Advaitic path, it is directly recognize the knower. Now make an effort to stay in this knower. So means, oh, my ragas, dveshas come up. I am the same old person, and I have to again come to the knower, come to the knower, come to the knower, come to the knower. There is only one formula: come to the knower. Yes, and become comfortable in the space of knower, and allow even thoughts to come up and go away. Let feelings come and go away, which means even if anger comes, it comes and it goes in that. There is nothing to push away. There is no thought that I say, oh, you come and you don't come. There's no negotiation. Yeah. So if you think this is working and this is helping you purify, then Advaitic path is the direct path. It's working for you. But if you feel, no, I need a little more to purify myself, yeah, then the Buddha's path brings in vows which are not there anywhere else. Yeah, those vows help me purify my mind, drop the raga dvesha, and stay in the knower. So the smart thing is to take best of both the worlds and keep walking together. Yeah, that way I am not restricting myself, and I am progressing faster on the path. Yeah. So now there are beliefs out there. Oh, you should stick to one. These came out of that thing. Maybe there were selfish motives. Maybe there was greed behind asking that don't leave me, oh, stay with me, or insecurity, don't go from this path. I don't think it's correct, because if I give you a buffet of ice creams and I tell you choose which one you want to first taste. You want to taste raspberry, strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. I taste everything and then I decide, no, mango is the best, I'll take mango. Correct? If you've not tasted only and I keep you away from it, what happens to you? Initially you say, okay, but it goes on in your mind. And after a few years, you will see that you retaliate against that and you come and taste it. And in this whole few years that I'm saying, you could have wasted 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of your spiritual possible progress. Yeah. So at least that's what I have seen from my own experience. I did everything. Patanjali, Ashtavakra, all the scriptures are online. Buddha, everything that I have been teaching about, I have done it on myself. The homework that comes to you first, Ekta has done it on herself. Yeah, it is experiential homework, not philosophical. So I think it makes complete sense to pick up the best of what works for you and go with it. Which means if there are two teachers, there are two teachers. Oh, in India we have hundreds of gods and we respect all of them. We don't have just one God and we respect them. No, nobody disrespects. Oh, my Rama is greater than your Krishna. No, great. Rama is also great. Krishna is also great. I honor and respect both. Similarly, yeah, with that clarity that this is the core teaching and not a belief or concept that I'm picking up from this path. Anyway, I don't teach the beliefs. I just rip them off and throw them away. Like I did not call it Buddhism, I called it the Buddha's path. Because when Buddha was teaching, he never had an intention, oh, you create a religion in my name. He didn't create a big organization or have a big ashram where we all went and learned. No. He went from one place to other teaching the people. He did not mark his territory. Yeah? Marking the territory is a sign of craving. And if somebody has the sign of craving, how can that person teach me to get out of craving? Common sense. Yeah. So for me, Buddha is the highest teacher. There cannot be a higher teacher than him. Yeah. Because the way he said, which I have said in most of the Buddha videos, where he says that you don't believe me. You use your own reasoning, and if that requires checking that resource, reading that book, asking that monk, going to that teacher, go, do it. You become very clear. Yeah, that is why honor and respect Buddha a lot. Yeah, because he is not insecure, and that's what I propagate, that you will get something from here and something from here. Yeah, so it could be that is your combination, because some people like mango with chocolate. That is more appealing. Okay, great. Nothing is bad. No flavors are bad. Is that very clear? There is a oneness. There is a oneness on all the paths. And respect and honor that. Yes? Break these boundaries in the mind if there are any. You know, no? The knower knows that the mind's alertness is up. The knower knows that the mind's alertness is down. The knowingness is always there. So now we are taking one step higher. Yeah? The same thing will come in the Buddha retreat also. They both go hand in hand. Buddha just takes you step by step slowly, and this is the fast track path. Yeah? So now we are going to the knower. We are going one step higher. Alertness belongs to the mind. So now the knower knows that my alertness was high, and the knower knows now my alertness is low. Don't focus on the alertness high and low. You be the knower. Acha, beautiful. That's nice. Very nice. I see that I have overcome a lot of my cravings and desires, but food is still a thing, you know. कोई बात नहीं. Enjoy करो food को और देखो, there is a knower who's knowing that I am hogging right now. Yeah, and then there is a knower knowing that I'm feeling guilty about hogging right now. That's okay. Just be the knower, knowingly being aware of everything that is happening. Yeah. Okay, so just be with the knower, like be the knower. Okay. Yes. Don't get entangled in what the mind is saying. This is mind is saying, oh, I'm getting stuck in that. Oh, I'm getting stuck in that. Just be the knower. One step higher now. Oh, mind gets into like investigating or analyzing. So just drop that. Yes. Just be the knower. The field of knowingness. See, what is a habit pattern? Whatever your habit pattern is about getting angry. So it is a continuous sprouting of some past seed. I had planted that seed way in the past, but now it is sprouting. I can't do anything about the sprouting. I can't stop the sprouting. You can't go against nature. So it is going to come back, that anger or the frustration or my style of doing the same thing or shouting for the same thing. That comes back. Now I have to just become the knower. I am knowing that this habit pattern has kicked in. It's just a past karma sanskara. Yeah? I don't need to react. I can forget this knowingness and jump in and start reacting. But is that what I choose to do? Ask yourself. Can I choose to just be the knower? You remind yourself, because you're aware. The first few seconds when the habit pattern kicks in, you are aware. Oh, ab to gussa aa raha hai. Ab to, oh my God, I can't. How dare you jumped in. Do you get it?
Sometimes I'm aware, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes you are just so sucked into it.
Yeah.
पता ही नहीं होता. After it's done, then you know it.
It's okay. With compassion. That also we learned, no? Compassion. Yeah. I have to be compassionate with myself. I have to let go of the past. Again, be the knower that now that anger has gone. I am not angry. Drop this thing. I am the knower who knows that anger has arisen in the mind. I am the knower of anger. जब आप ये तदात्मा है, ये तदात्मा तोड़ना है. समझ आ रही है ना बात? जब वो मतलब एसोसिएशन विद द बॉडी एंड माइंड. करेक्ट, वो तोड़ना है. I नहीं कहना है. अब तो आप like जो we say, I'm not the doer. हाँ, it is happening. It is nothing but a sensation. What did you do in Satipatthana? Sensations are arising and I'm just observing them. I am not reacting. The moment I say, oh, I like this sensation or I don't like the sensation, then I have again become the mind. So Satipatthana is the practice of what Advaita is saying. There's no need to practice, just be. Do you see it? So some people are ready. Some people are here, but some people say, maybe I need some more practice, and that's fine. Yeah. We be true to ourselves and do what works for us. Enlightenment is nothing but recognizing who I am. It is that simple. Enlightenment does not mean that you're going to start flying up on your chair during a bhajan. That is fake. Enlightenment does not mean that you're going to have some miracles and you'll be able to produce gold out of dust. No, that is not the meaning of enlightenment. Is this very clear? These are all mythological things that were there in our storybooks. We have grown up with that conditioning back in India, and then people who wanted to exploited you with faking such incidents. Yeah, we have to grow up and recognize what is the meaning of pure enlightenment. Pure enlightenment is simply recognizing who am I. Period. Nothing else. It has got nothing to do with a particular religion. It has got nothing to do with any pujas, any worships, any rites or rituals. It has got nothing to do with any particular path or one particular. No. It is equally available for all the 7 billion people on this planet. Is this very clear? Irrespective of whether the person follows a religion or not, it is available to him. He has the potential to get enlightened, because enlightenment means recognizing who am I. Yes, and who am I? Advaita says, you already are enlightened. You already know who you are, but you play hide and seek with yourself. You forget yourself. You become the mind. And then you start getting involved in the drama of the mind. And then you say, I like this, I don't like this. You become the body. You start feeling that you are the body. Then you do things, and then obviously if you become the doer, then the effects are experienced. So you become the experiencer. And this whole drama has made us forget our true nature. I am that pure knowingness. I am not the body and I am not the mind. The one who recognizes that I am pure knowingness or consciousness or Brahman, doesn't matter what word you call it, he recognizes I am God. He is in the state of pure enlightenment. He also sees it's not just I am God, she is God, he is God, everybody is God. There is no difference. This drop of water has the same H2O that drop of water has, that drop of water has, and the ocean has. Oh, it is everywhere. The same H2O is everywhere. Now, is it just in living beings? No, it is in everything. Everything is nothing but the same knowingness, the same witnessing. That is why when I touch a physical object, I have made an assumption there is an object on the other side. All I experience is my own mind. And my mind, or perceiving and seeing, is not different than knowing. Knowing happens at the same time that seeing happens. Everything is knowingness. Yes? And when you come to that understanding that everything is knowingness, a clarity dawns. Then how is this state different from a dream state? How is this waking state different from a dream state? Even in the dream state, I am suppose standing on the road and a car comes and hits me, I feel pain, I start crying, there is fear, there is anger, there is hatred. Everything happens in the dream state like it happens in the waking state. Oh, these two states are not true states, that means. These are happening in something else. So the deep sleep state, where there is no physical object, where there is no mind object, there is pure consciousness, the pure awareness. Just because there is no object in it, it seems like darkness. Yes? But really, it is just the experience of absence of objects. I am that pure knowingness, that pure consciousness. So, you start recognizing that pure consciousness is like a pool or a big ocean inside which the dreaming state starts. Means the mind comes up with I thought, and then it has perception, sensations, thoughts, feeling, and inside that there is a small waking state that comes up. Yeah. All this he understands not intellectually, experientially. Yes. So waking state is inside the dream state, and the dream state is inside this pure knowingness. This pure knowingness is everywhere. Yes. I am pure knowingness. You are pure knowingness. Everything is knowingness or consciousness or Sakshi or Brahman, whichever word you like. Oh, everything is God. When this becomes clearer and clearer and he dwells there longer and longer, automatically cravings drop off and little things of the ego, I like this, I don't want to do this, why did you talk to me like this, these things drop off because it all seems so petty. I am the knower of everything now. Yes. And when he is in the knowingness, everything looks exactly the way you see it. His body will go through a waking state, it will go through a dream state, he will go into deep sleep state. Yes, but when you go into deep sleep state, you are totally gone. Yes, he knows that he is pure consciousness. Just knowingness is there. He is not seeing anything. He is very clear that the substratum of all these states is the pure consciousness. They are not three separate states happening one after the other, but it is within pure consciousness that the dream happens and within dream that the waking happens. Yeah? There's this absolute clarity. that I am pure consciousness. So he's not experiencing anything different than you. Nothing. Even the ego is there. The only difference is he does not become one with the ego. He does not say, I did this, I'm doing this, I like this, I don't like this. The drama, that is cut off. You get it? He's the knower of the mind coming up. He's knower of the thoughts coming up. He's no more involved. Super clear? This is called the Turiya state. When you have completely broken yourself from that so-called I thought. It is called the Turiya avastha. It is not a separate avastha, fourth avastha after deep sleep state. No. It is a recognition that the deep sleep state is the biggest state. And I am that. Yes, that's it. A cut off connection between the knower and the ego is Turiya avastha. It's okay. It takes a little time to wrap your brain around the whole thing because it's something new, no? Now seeing matter suddenly as me only becomes very difficult, and it's okay. Be compassionate with yourself. I will get it. Yes? First of all, so don't beat yourself up. That feverishness to get it becomes an obstacle from seeing it. Yeah? Just be relaxed. I can know that I am the knower of, say for example, the Zoom screen right now. You are the knower. Are you knowing it? Are you aware? Yes? Are you aware that your mind said yes and then your lips said yes?
But it didn't go to that, that silence. I didn't feel that silence.
You paused before saying a yes.
Okay.
You don't go to the silence.
Maybe I didn't notice.
Yeah, you have to just notice. There was a pause. You paused and then the mind came out and then said a yes. What was that pause? Pause is the silence. The gap between two thoughts is what? It is pure consciousness. Because everything, the layer, the bottom layer is pure consciousness. On top of that, the thought comes and then it goes, another thought comes and goes. In between two thoughts, if there is a gap, what is there in the gap? The pure consciousness, which is at the back. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Yeah? Mind is not a continuous existing entity. If it was, then how does it go away in the deep sleep state? What happens? It is not a continuously existing entity the way we think it is. Yes, it is just a series of thought. One thought comes up, it goes. Then the next thought comes up, then that goes. Then the next thought comes up, that goes. And it gives us a false continuity. Just because of the speed of thoughts. Like a train, if it's passing fast, then you can't see the separate bogies. They look like one big train. One big block just passed by. Yeah? So it gives you a false sense of continuity. Yeah? That is what is the mind. But really, when I ask you a question, you pause before answering. Means what? That gives you a clear indication that thoughts are two separate bogies of the train and there is a gap in between. Yeah? And what is there in that gap? What was the silence? It was the pure consciousness. Yeah? So you taste it. Yes? You're just not aware of it because your focus is continuously on the passing bogies. Is that clear? You are not different.
From other person.
You are not different. Not at all. This is the ego that wants to be different. I want to be different. I want to be better than him. I want to be richer than her. I want to be more intelligent than him. This is all ego. Ego comes up. Subtle body. It's got nothing to do with the knower. Yes, the knower never says, I am bigger or greater than the other. The knower does not speak. Silence cannot speak. Yeah. You just recognize that in between thoughts I go there. Can I stay there longer? Can I stay there longer? When you stay there longer, then you're in the second leg of the meditation. Oh, see, I'm in this space, this knowingness. In that thought comes and it goes away, but I am there. I'm not jumping into the thought. Then you are in the second leg of the meditation, where I'm not jumping into the thought. Yeah? And work on this. Work on the second leg. Stay there, stay there. What is the nature of this? It is nothing else. It is just knowingness. It is knowing everything and knows itself. It is pure knowingness. That is the nature of this. It is alive. It is not dead. It is like energy. So it is alive. It is called consciousness. Yeah. And I'm totally aware here. So understand its nature. Explore your own experience. This is not philosophy. Philosophy will not take you ahead. Yeah. That's why you have to explore its nature and recognize, oh, this knowingness that is there, it doesn't have a border. It doesn't end here. It does not end here. Oh, it is there everywhere. This is the second leg of the meditation. And this becomes very clear. If it is everywhere, what about objects? Then you pick up an object, touch it. Do I experience objects? No, I just experience my perception. Perception means the touch that I'm perceiving, or sight. Yeah, its shape and its color. That's it. That is called perception of sight. Yeah, the voice of Ekta. It's just sound waves. That is perception of sound. Is perceiving different than knowing? No, I'm knowing it the same time I'm perceiving it. Oh, perceiving is just another name given to knowing. Oh, it is knowingness. I am knowingness. This is knowingness. I have no proof if an object exists out there. Just because 7 billion people on this planet say it is matter, it does not make it matter. Big difference. Yeah, when you were a little baby, you were in the crib, just born. If mummy gave a toy to you, you didn't know what the object was. You didn't understand. But you felt the sensation of the object on your hand and you enjoyed the sensation. So, and if it was colorful, then you had the perception of that colorful object. And you enjoyed your own perception and sensation. That is what you played with as a baby in the cradle. Do you see what I'm saying? There was no conditioning of the names of the object. So you were in pure experiencing as a baby. After that, you were taught this is a ball, this is an apple, this is a cat. That is conditioning. Are you seeing this? So Advaita is saying, just look at the pure experience. In my pure experience, everything is just knowingness. Knowingness is not different from consciousness. Consciousness is not different from Brahman. Everything is Brahman. This is the third leg of the meditation.